YouTubers, subscribers, and friends. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's having a happy and safe 4th of July. I'm on my way to the park. I'm going to go walk today. I haven't been at the park in a while. I just need to get some different scenery for myself. I just got up a half hour ago. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go cash in this lottery ticket that my wife bought and won $5 on, and she didn't bother to go cash it in. She left it sitting in front of my computer this morning. I asked my kids if they want to go to the park with me and exercise, and they said no. My son, he went to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even get him up, so I'm going to go in here, cash this lotto in, and maybe buy me a couple more. But yeah, I'm going to go walk at the park. I haven't been there in a while. So go here to this giant. I go to this one more than I go to the other one. The other one has a Subway in it. Look at that nice looking truck. Never seen one like that before. Eco Boost, that's what it says right here. Eco Boost. Cool truck. So this truck right here is a 2017, and when I got out of my truck to go in the store, the guy was getting out also. And this is what makes my wife crazy sometimes. I'll just go up to anybody and just start talking to him. So as he was getting out of the truck, I walked right up to him and I said, man, I gotta say something. I really like this truck. And the guy was like, man, this truck is an awesome truck, dude. That's exactly how he was talking. He's like, let me tell you about this truck, brother. You see, I went to Louisiana for vacation, and my brother is a salesman, right, bro? So check this out. Check it out. Check it out, bro. This truck has dual twin turbos. It's got 2 turbos on each side of the motor, right? Is that sick or what, bro? And I was like, I didn't know what to say, because I was like, the way he was talking to me, and he has long hair. The guy looks like Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong, and he talks just like him. So he was telling me, he's like, this is a 2017, it's STX, the S stands for sports, the T stands for turbo, and the X stands for extreme off-roading, because you can go to off-roading, and if the right wheel gets stuck up here, it will lock in the transfer case, bro. And I could, check it out, I can squeal these 20-inch tires. Is that crazy, bro? And I was like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. He had me talking like him as I was talking to him, listening to his story, and it was cracking me up. And then we go inside the store, and he's like, I got $20 in pennies I need to cash in. He's got all these rolls of pennies. And I'm just going in to buy more lottery tickets. I bought a buy, or a blueberry buy, and I bought 3 of these $2 ones. I haven't scratched yet, but I'll probably scratch maybe when I get to the park. But yeah, he was cracking me up with that truck. He wanted to show me the inside, but it smells so bad like cigarettes. And it's like, nah, bro, thanks, man. I don't have a lot of time. I gotta go do something right now. And then as I was leaving, they were cashing in his pennies, and he was like, check it on the internet, bro. You're gonna fall in love with it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that, man. So I think I'm gonna check out that truck, because I've never heard of twin turbos on each side of the motor. He's like, everybody wants this motor, bro. It's like a 350, but it's in a Ford. Everybody wants this motor in their truck. So now he's got me curious to what kind of motor's in here. So I'm gonna go to the park. I haven't been there in a long time, and get some exercise on. Right, I won $2. If you get a 7, you win double, whatever that is. So out of the 3 tickets, I won $2. At least I won something. All right, let's go walk around the park. It's 92 degrees out right now. Oops, got my glasses. Pretty peaceful and quiet out here. I haven't been out here since we've been working on the tiny house. Now, You might know this, you might be new to my channel, but when I first started coming out here, I was trying to lose weight, and I tried all the exercise and everything. I was 298 pounds. I'm a big boy. I don't know what happened. I call them my Elvis years. I just put on a lot of weight. I wasn't heavy like that when I first met my wife, which I met back in February of 1998. And then I just, before I found out I had diabetes, about 8 months before I found out I had diabetes, I was just decided I wanted to lose weight, so I just started exercising. I tried all the diets and everything, nothing worked. And I just figured I got to get out there and I got to physically burn some energy. My God, this girl is fast. She just lapped me and just started walking. Anyways, what was I saying? A lot of birds out today. I just started walking, and then 2 minutes after I started walking, they got here. Her and this guy, he's sitting over there. And she already ran around before I even got a quarter way around. I used to run a lot as a kid, but now I know that running is not good for you. Because every time your foot hits the ground from running, you got 2 times your weight, sending shockwaves up your leg. I ain't making this up, it's scientific fact. Google it if you don't believe me. Anyways, I started exercising and I started dropping weight. And I changed my diet, but I was still eating crap. But I wasn't eating as much crap until I got all the way down to 165 pounds, and my wife thought I had cancer because I was losing so much weight so fast. And then when I lost my eyesight for 3 days, then I went to the doctor and found out I was diabetic. So, but the doctor said, yeah, change your diet, eat healthy, and exercise, and you can control your diabetes. And that's what I've been doing now for almost 2.5 years. I still exercise as much as I can. Oh my God, I thought that was a snake. It was a huge, about 8 inches long lizard just went down in that hole. It was like an albino lizard. 2 more small ones right there. Scared me because something was right here. Look at this. Made all kinds of tracks. So anyways, and that's why I continue to walk. Even when I don't walk at the park, we do so much walking around the mall and shopping and everything like that. Well, if you watch my videos, you know this. That girl's already way over there already. She's fast. This is how people keep track of how many times they go around. They put a rock each time they go around. This will be my first time around. That girl's coming up behind me. She's going to lap me twice already. I've only been around once. I walk around 4 times, which is equivalent to 2 miles. I like coming to this park because it's peaceful, and I can see a lot of wildlife, and come out here I can think on things I need to do, plan things that I want to do. And I'm not here to lose weight, although like I said, I dropped down to 165 pounds. My wife don't like me that skinny. Once I started eating healthy, I mean, I cut out all the junk food, the chocolate, the Twinkies, the donuts, the sweet tea, the Thai tea, the potato chips. I cut all that stuff out. And even if you follow me on a regular basis, you do see me eat hamburgers and french fries every now and then. But, you know, I'm not Jesus, I'm not walking on water. I'm not trying to convince people that I'm a health nut, which I'm not. But I do control my sugar very, very, very well now. I mean, so much that people don't even believe I'm diabetic because I control it so well. I don't snack like I used to. I used to eat 3 or 4 bowls of cereal at night before I go to bed. I don't eat cereal anymore. But I'm just out here to clear my head, get different scenery, check out the wildlife, and get a little exercise in at the same time. I'm going to get a video of the white albino. There's another white albino lizard here. Those people scared it off. It was sitting right here in the middle. It's right in the bushes there. Somewhere right here. I can see him, but I don't see him in the viewfinder.
The one I saw over there earlier, he was even bigger than this one, although this one is pretty big. Get him out in the open there. Ah, he's gonna go down that hole. Can't see him in the viewfinder. Darn it. Anyways, they're cool. I haven't seen them too often, the albino ones. People ask me all the time, how did I meet my wife? I had the years wrong. I said earlier 98. I met her at the beginning of 1999. And this is where I saw that huge albino one. Oh, there he is. He's right there. Sitting right there. I see you in them trees, brother. Where is he? Oh, he's out in the open now. I can see him with my eyes, but when you try to point the camera and look through the viewfinder, it's impossible to see where he is. Where he goes in that hole. There he goes. Man, he's so fast. He's a fast sucker. Oh no, that's not the big one, but he's big too. He's not as big as the big one I saw. He's got a striped tail. He's gonna go under the bridge. Oh, he went under the bridge. Dang it. Anyways, I always get distracted so easily. Normally, I walk out there also. Yeah, so I met my wife in 1999, like beginning of February. I was right at the part of divorcing my first wife, who I've been married to for 13 years, and never wanted to get married the first time. Anyways, my wife's from Indonesia. She's Indonesian. She's not an American citizen. She does have a green card though. And people always ask me, how did you meet your wife? I always say, oh, I got her out of a catalog. And she hates when I say that. I think it's funny, because there are people who do that, get their wives out of catalogs. Usually people from Russian wives or something like that. Huge bird in there, it looks like a giant dove. Anyways, she had an import business. She imported teakwood furniture from Indonesia, and we were living in Florida at the time. I was actually living in my office. I had a courier business, which is kind of like UPS, Federal Express, Airborne Express, something like that. And I delivered all over the United States, not the United States, but the state of Florida, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And she was looking for somebody to deliver furniture that customers bought from her on a Sunday. And in Florida, everybody was closed on Sunday except for me, because I'm open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And I deliver anything. At the time, I was delivering anything. An envelope, a box, whatever. And I had a pretty good business. It was growing pretty fast. I had a partner who later tried to screw me over, and we ended up parting ways. And that's what happened with that business. Never have a partner, especially somebody you don't know very well. I knew the guy, but I didn't know him like I normally know people. This will be my second time around. Perfect parking right under the shade. A girl and that guy, they were here. They only ran around twice, and they were parked right there and they're gone already. I'm the only one here at the park now. I got it all to myself. Anyways, she called me on a Sunday, and I would only talk to her via the telephone. And I had a friend of mine who worked for me, was in the office. He would answer phones and stuff for me while I was out on the field trying to gain more business. But every time I'd come back to the office. He was like, hey, your girlfriend called again. She wanted another delivery done. And he didn't really like doing deliveries for her because the furniture was really, really heavy. Teakwood furniture, teakwood armoires and stuff like that. And I sent him the first time, and he came back after the delivery, and he was complaining, crying, oh man, that thing was so heavy, you got to charge her for 2 people, because she told me she could move it. She's only 5 foot tall. She could move it around her store. So I thought, well, man, she can move it, and I could just send my buddy over there, his name was Buddy actually, and let him deliver it. And he came back so pissed off, complaining. So every time she would call, which was mostly on the weekends, I would ask her, how big is it, how many guys do I need, because the last time I sent it, the delivery guy was complaining how heavy it was, this furniture. And she would just laugh, and she'd call him a wimp. He's a wimp, I can move it by myself. I even loaded it in a truck for him. Which, to this day, we still laugh about it, because she's like, she still calls him a wimp. And he still says, well, you should have told us how heavy it was. It's funny to see them two argue about that delivery, first time we ever met. And she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, she was just a customer. I wasn't even interested in looking for a girlfriend, or let alone another wife. So this went on for about a month and a half. And then I was in the office by myself one Sunday. It was a dead day, didn't have any deliveries or anything like that. And she called me and asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm just doing paperwork in the office. And she's like, I have a customer who's interested in buying a couple pieces of furniture. How much would you charge me? And I said, you know what? Let me come to your shop. Let me look at it so I can give you a better price. That way my drivers, look at it, there's a white one right there. There are white albino lizards everywhere today. So my drivers don't complain, because my drivers got paid on commission. They got whatever I charged, they got 50% whatever I charged of the delivery. And it was a good business. And got screwed up with my partner. And when I left the business, the business crumbled, and he shut it down. He ended up in the hospital. So that's what happens, man. Bad karma. I'm gonna walk up this. There's another white one right there, huge one. I'm gonna walk up this wash just to see what I can see. So, anyways, I go to the shop to go price the. Look, there's even a bigger one over there. Holy mackerel! These lizards are huge. I don't know if I'm zoomed in on him. There he is. Huge albino lizards. Look at his tail way over there. So big they look like snakes when they're running. See? Look, it looks like a snake when he drags his tail. Crazy big. It's right by that hole. That's what takes me so long when I'm walking, because I get distracted so much. Arizona wildlife. You gotta love it. Even though it's 99 degrees out right now. So where was I? I digress. Oh, so I go to the shop, but when I get there, she's not there. She has another girl from Indonesia working for her, which she tried to pretend was her, and I was like, I don't know, something's not right here. Your voice don't sound right. And they thought it was a joke. They're always pulling practical jokes on me. Find out later it was just her worker that worked for her. So when I found that out, I started asking information about her. Freaking rabbit. And finding out that, look at the 2 nests right there. One there and one up there. Get more information on her. That's how I found out they're from Indonesia. I didn't really even know anything about Indonesia at all. Never even heard of Indonesia until I met my future wife. Look at this wash, is getting more narrow and narrow. Hope I don't see a snake. So anyways, one day I just showed up in my wife's store, Indonesian teakwood furniture, which I didn't even know anything about teakwood furniture either until I met my wife. And when I finally met my wife, I told her I didn't know anything about Indonesia. Where is it at? And she's like, oh, you know, there's a freaking white albino lizard right there too. He's really white. She's like, what are you talking about? You never heard of Bali? I'm like, yeah, I heard of Bali, but for some reason, I thought Bali had to do with Australia, because Indonesia is just right above Australia. If you didn't know anything about Bali, look it up on the map. Google it, Bali, Indonesia. So I just showed up, and this is a joke my wife always tells people. She's like, when I showed up, I told her, oh, I was in the area, which I really was, but I brought her lunch because I heard that she loves to eat chicken and rice. And every time I would go over to her store, her worker that worked there was always eating. And look at this rabbit just sitting right here. Just laying right there chilling out, don't care about anything. Look at him. He's like, dude, it is too hot for me to run off. I got this hole dug, I'm in the shade. I'm just chilling. Go about your business and leave me alone. He doesn't even care, he's just laying right there. Look at him. Cute Mr. Rabbit. That's what I love about this park, man. That's what I love about walking in the desert, just seeing the wildlife, seeing how they react to you when they see you. Anyways, that's a tarantula walks around. The camera's not going to pick it up, but it is huge. Oh, it flew off. It hunts for tarantulas. They'll find a tarantula hole and go down in the hole and sting the tarantula, and then lay the eggs inside the tarantula. And the tarantula's not dead; it's just paralyzed and it can't move. And meanwhile, the babies, when they hatch, they come out of the tarantula and then they eat the tarantula. It's a freaking roadrunner right here. Walked right by, didn't even notice, and I heard something in the bushes. Look at that. I seen 4 roadrunners here one day at this park. These birds are really hard to catch on video. You know, beep beep. Look nothing like in the cartoons. The Arizona State bird, the roadrunner, look at him. Beep beep. He was 10 feet from me. Look at a beautiful bird. That's how when the birds get hot, that's what they do with their wings. They stretch them out like that. That's how they cool down. Why a bird, it can fly, why would it choose to run than fly? You would think it would fly around and cool off from flying, right? That's what I would think. I'm trying to see how close I can get to him. I'm about 25 feet from him. Oh, he ain't gonna let me get close to him. Beautiful birds. That's one. Anyways, I show up to the shop. I digressed again. And I tell her, oh, I was in the area. And she's like, well, where'd you get this food? I brought her some chicken and yellow rice with onions and salsa. This place is called El Pollo Loco. They have them here in Tucson, but they changed the name to El Tropical. And we eat there all the time. And I brought her that food, and I said, well, I was in the area, and I noticed you guys like to eat rice and chicken all the time, but I bring you some yellow rice. And she said, oh yeah, in Indonesia we have yellow rice, we eat that all the time. And it is delicious! If you ever go to Indonesia, get you some yellow rice from Indonesia. It is the best freaking rice you'll ever have. Even today, I can't even eat rice that much. But when I do, I have to go walk like this. Anyways, I brought her the food and met her for the very first time, because up to then I only been talking to her on the phone, and her sense of humor on the phone got me to where I was like, I gotta meet this girl. I mean, I'm doing business with her, I'm trying to keep it professional, you know, but she's always joking with me on the phone, cracking jokes and everything. And then when she met me, she's like, oh, I thought you were taller, you sound taller on the phone. And I was like, huh? What do you mean you sound taller on the phone? That's the craziest thing I've heard. You're not tall. You sounded Asian on the phone. She goes, I am Asian. I said, I know, I'm just making a joke. So we laughed and we ate the food. And that's the connection that her and I made. We love to eat. And she's like, oh my God, have you ever had a strawberry cheesecake from Denny's? And I was like, no, I don't even eat at Denny's. Most people from America don't really eat at Denny's. And she's like, oh, we go there all the time and play cards, play rummy. Do you know how to play rummy? And I'm like, no, I don't know how to play. I don't play cards. I'm too busy. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Sundays are usually my slowest day. So she invited me to Denny's later that night. So I said, all right, I'll show up if I'm not too busy with my paperwork. And I showed up and I had strawberry cheesecake for the first time with her. Even then, I still was keeping it platonic. I wasn't even thinking about dating her, even though when I first saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. She sounds more beautiful. I mean, looks more beautiful than she sounds on the phone. She sounds like a little kid on the phone. So after several months of talking to her more on the phone and getting more deliveries for her, and my friend Buddy, kept calling her my girlfriend. I said, dude, she's not my girlfriend. He goes, well, you sure doing a lot of deliveries for her? I said, yeah, it's business. Are you sure there's nothing more in business? Because I think she likes you. She calls you all the time wanting to talk to you. I said, yeah, she wants to get prices, but she don't want to talk to you because you don't want to give her prices because you don't like delivering the furniture. He's like, no. There's times she calls and asks where you're at. Really? I didn't know that. So I just started showing up at her shop after it would close, because I know they hung out at her shop, at the back of the shop, and played rummy. That's what Asians do. They play cards after hours at work. This is my last time around, and it's so freaking hot, and I am soaking wet. So there's another little lizard right there. So fast. So after many months talking to her on the phone and doing deliveries for her, I asked her, you ever been to Miami? And she's like, no, I've never been to Miami. I said, well, I have a delivery I need to take to Miami on a Sunday, and I can't get any of my drivers to, there's a whole bunch of lizards right there. Take this delivery to Miami, which pays a lot of money. It's like, if the driver, one of my drivers took it, he'd probably make like $300 just to run the trip to Miami, which was 5 hours from Orlando. And she's like, sure, I would love to go with you. So I said, all right, I'll pick you up in 20 minutes. I didn't know when I was going to go pick her up that she invited all her friends to come with us. I thought it was just going to be me and her. It ended up being two of her friends. And one of her friends was an older lady. And she brought her granddaughter with her. So we all went to Miami and spent the night in Miami, and got up the next morning and came back to Orlando. And that was our first road trip together, was to Miami. So that's the story how I met my wife. People that are interested, it might sound corny to some people, but that's the truth, honest truth, and nothing but the truth. And like I said, almost 19 years together. I think that's the years. I'm not sure. You can calculate it yourself and let me know in the comments below. But beautiful woman. Personality makes her even more beautiful. I mean, there's women that you meet that are beautiful, and then their personality is just terribly ugly, rotten, and it makes them look ugly. She's beautiful, and she has a beautiful personality, so it makes her extremely beautiful. She don't like me showing her on video, but if you go back and watch some of my older videos from the very beginning, there's videos of her and of me on there also. People want to really know that much, how much we look like. But yeah, that's the story, and I gotta go to the store and cash in these lottery tickets and see if I'm a winner again. That's one thing, she's got me hooked on these lottery tickets. I never ever did gambling like this till I met her. She loves to gamble. Don't ever take her to Vegas. You'll never get her out of the casinos without her kicking, screaming, and spitting, throwing a tantrum. We did that. We went on our honeymoon in Las Vegas. Oh my God. That is a whole nother story right there. I lost her for a whole day because she told me she had to go to the restroom, and then it took me the whole day to find her in a whole different casino on the other side of town because she didn't want me to stop her from gambling. Gotta go ahead and get some lottery tickets. Alright, I'm back home. I'm going to scratch these lottery tickets here, and I'll let you know if I win or if I don't win by the time I'm done scratching these. Well, I didn't win anything. That's my luck on gambling. Anyways, this has been the story on how I met my wife. I hope you enjoyed it.
To all the people out there that were curious, I hope that your curiosity has been cured. So if you like these kind of videos, thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. Remember to hit that like, smash that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And like always, thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. I'm gone.